Check, check. It's Willie Waters.
G-Stat, DBD.
And welcome back. This is Talk Dat, episode 15. Boy, we made it to episode 15, bro. Whoa. We appreciate y'all, man. Episode 15, but today, for episode 15, man, we got a special guest. And we in a special location at the same time. So without further ado, Mom, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kaylandra, but most people know me by Kay. And I am the chef and owner of Old Nassau, authentic Bahamian restaurant here in Toronto, Canada.
Toronto, Canada. We still hanging out in Toronto, dog. It's been love, dog. Hey, we appreciate you for having us here, man. This is a lovely establishment we have. We thank you for opening up after hours for us right now.
I had to do it.
I feel special though.
Yeah, we do. Because we was here earlier. We had to get a plate.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't come to Toronto without it.
You know.
This is a stop for like all Bahamians. Like you can't come to Toronto and not come to Old Nassau. Even though you might be eating Bahamian food all the time back home, but you ain't never had it in Canada. So
right.
Exactly. It's like a landmark.
It is, definitely.
Yeah. It's been wonderful here being in Toronto. One thing I noticed about Toronto is like it's so rich in culture. So many different cultures and different aspects of, especially Caribbean people to, you have people from the other side of the world.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a melting pot.
Right.
I'm telling you, everywhere, every culture, every country I feel is represented in Canada, in Toronto especially.
Wow.
But I feel like you did the thing too, because before you, I don't think nothing was here, was it?
Not that I know of.
I don't know.
So you pioneered for us, man. One thing I can say, dog, I love going abroad and seeing us Bahamians doing our thing, dog.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, dog. Every time I see it, I hope you strive and reach all your goals and succeed in everything you do.
Yes, thank you.
By the look of things around, it ain't like you weren't doing too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been up, and I think it's stuck.
Like the picture and say it's up and it's stuck.
It's up and it's stuck.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty well. I thank God because the whole journey itself is not easy to get started into, but like it's been like unexpected. Like I mean, I knew the business would do well, but I didn't know if we would be so well received by so many people, like from all around the world.
Right.
It's been amazing though.
Wow. Wow.
So man, let's start from the beginning. Tell us like where you coming from.
I come from, you want it in my raw Bahamian accent?
Yeah, just talk that. You gotta talk that. Talk that.
So I am from Andros, a small little settlement in Andros called Bowen Sound.
Okay.
And if you know anything about Andros, like Bowen Sound is the place we ain't ever had no cable, we ain't had no internet, we ain't had no stuff like that. Like we barely had lampposts with lights and stuff. So I grew up in a real rural settlement. In Andros. I was born there. I was raised there. I never left there until I finished high school.
What high school you went to down there?
Central Andros High.
Okay.
The only high school in Central Andros. So, so I'm from Central Andros. Yeah. Went to high school there, and then after high school, I left. I just always, I needed the city. Even though I grew up on the island, it was like, I need the city. Like, I can't be here. I always wanted to get to the city.
Wow.
And once I got to the city and got a taste of the city, I was like, I need a bigger city.
Wow.
That was Nassau, right? It's too small for me now. I need a bigger city.
Yeah.
And I've traveled quite a lot, and now Toronto is my home. Like, Toronto was like the perfect place for me, for someone like me.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
What separated Toronto from like other places?
The melting pot that you mentioned earlier, I just love diversity. I love being around different people, different cultures. I love languages. I do speak a foreign language myself, so I've always been interested in other cultures.
Right.
So coming to Toronto and just knowing that I have all these different people around me, like I just loved it.
Right.
So you say you speak a second language. What is the second language?
Spanish. I went to school in Costa Rica as well.
Wow.
So I used to be a high school teacher. I taught high school Spanish.
So wait,
really?
how you get to Costa Rica from the Bahamas? Like when this?
So I told you, like I just wanted the city, right? Like I I just wanted to go and explore the world. Like I needed to learn a foreign language. This is how I was thinking. Growing up in Andros, I ain't had much to do but to look out the window and come up with different plans of how I would want my life to go.
Right.
And I said I want to be an ambassador for the Bahamas.
Nice.
So in order for me to be an ambassador, I need to do something international.
Right.
So in my mind, I need to learn a foreign language.
Right.
Wow.
So I went to school to learn a foreign language.
Oh, wow.
And what age was this that you had that thought process? Like this was very young, or as you got older?
Probably around 16, 17. So by 18, I was in Costa Rica.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you definitely was wise beyond your age.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't had nothing else to do. You better try and get some wisdom.
Okay, so then you say you moved to Nassau. How much time did you spend in Nassau?
About a year before I moved to Costa Rica.
So you went.
Okay.
So it went Andros, Nassau, Costa Rica, and then where was after Costa Rica?
Costa Rica, I moved back to Nassau and I taught like high school for 2 years.
How was that?
I was young, man. I was like 19, 20.
Oh, wow.
How was the kids? Like
They was my age. You could imagine how that
so.
was.
They said, "Nah, what she could teach me, we know the same thing."
Not just that. It was like you like being a young teacher and you dealing with like 18-year-old boys. I couldn't go out. I'd go out and my students would send me a drink.
Right.
I was like, this one ain't for
Too
me.
close, too
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind the teaching, but it still didn't feel like what I was called to do.
Right.
It wasn't my call. I didn't feel like I didn't mind doing it.
Yeah.
I love the students. I like sharing knowledge, but that wasn't it for me. And I knew that wasn't it for me.
Yeah, one thing I can say, but being a teacher, boy, my hearts go out to all the teachers out in the world because it ain't easy, and I feel they are very underpaid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing. That wasn't for me.
So then after that, you say you moved back to Nassau for a little bit, and then from Nassau, Toronto?
No, from
Where?
Nassau, I gone to another city.
What other city?
I was in Florida.
Okay. All right. That's the pipeline.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
you go.
Yeah.
You say, man, I gotta go to the city. I going to the closest thing to me.
Right.
Miami,
Yeah,
Fort
exactly.
Lauderdale, South Florida.
Yeah,
Right.
so I was in South Florida for like 5 years. That's where I went back to school and I did aesthetics, medical aesthetics, and I was working in like the beauty and medical beauty field, like medical aesthetics, right? And I traveled around the U.S., Mexico, Canada, different countries, opening salons for a company that I was working with.
Right.
And that's how I ended up in Canada.
Oh. And what year did you end up in Canada?
In 2013.
And you've been here ever since?
Right.
11 years now.
Wow. That's a long
How was
time.
that? How was it transitioning with the cold?
Yeah,
like
that's
the
okay.
weather, like, cause coming from extra hot to like
You coming from where it's 80 degrees year round to
90.
you'll be lucky if you see 80 ever. Yeah.
The good thing is, right, I came during the summer, so I had kind of time to transition, even though it was hard. The transition was hard, but it wasn't like I was thrown into it. Like
Right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
grew
yeah,
into
yeah,
You
it.
started to feel a little cold in
Yeah.
the nighttime, and then yeah.
What people say, oh, a little drafty outside.
It was cool. My first winter, trust me, I was in the snow in flip-flops.
Oh no.
I had no sense. I didn't know.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
fast.
I
You
didn't,
learned the
I
hard
didn't,
way.
yeah, and I didn't really have a lot, right? So I had to make do with what I had, and
Right.
shucks, flip-flops, okay,
That's what it is.
yeah.
You can do it.
So you always had a love for cooking, like
Yeah.
when?
What age did cooking start? Yeah.
I think I was cooking from like I was like 8 or something like that.
Right.
Everybody in my family always wanted me to cook.
Really?
Ever since I was a kid, yeah. They,
Wow.
like now that I have a restaurant, people would be like, I always knew you was gonna do something in food. Like I always knew it.
Wow.
Like I had people that wanted me to go to culinary school
Right.
because they thought I was so gifted in the area, but I wasn't about that life still.
Right.
Why?
I was like, y'all want me to cook? Because you know, in most people's mind, when they tell you this person is cook, you thinking about the lunch lady. You thinking,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean?
yeah, I feel you.
So
I
I
understand.
thought like, and then I have this image of myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I did like medical aesthetics, so I was in the beauty industry,
Yeah, right.
So
Right.
Yeah, you want me to go cook and look like a lunch lady? I can't do
the
that.
chef don't look cute.
Exactly. So I was like, I can't, like, I don't know. Like, so that's why I really stayed away from it for a while, like wanting to go to culinary school and stuff, because I was like, I just want to be a baddie. Like, I don't want to. I don't know if I could do both. Yeah, but it was something I couldn't run away from because I was like I said, I was always like, it always came naturally. I was good at it. I could make anything like from scratch. Like, I was just one of them kids. And as an adult, same thing. Like, I was just able to cook all the time, and like with ease. Like, it's not like a task for me.
Right.
Like, cooking is strenuous to some people. They don't want to cook, and for me, I'll whip you up a pot in like 10 minutes. Like,
You know what I mean? Right.
Like that real Grammy style.
Right.
Because you know, in the Bahamas, that's how it started.
Yeah.
It either your mommy could cook or if your mommy can't cook, Grammy always in the kitchen. So sometimes, most of the time, that would be the lineage. You go from Grammy to mommy to you.
That's what it was in my family.
That's good.
My
That's
Grammy
good.
done been cooking, and my mommy just like, it just came natural to me.
Well, you know them. You know, Andros don't play with that food.
We don't play.
No, Andros don't play with that
We
food.
do not play.
Don't
I'm
play
telling
with
you.
that food. I can tell you that now.
Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Because these younger girls, I hope they start catching that from the older parents, man. Because sometimes I feel like the recipes could get lost. Because
That's true.
certain women really is like you say, they look down upon the kitchen. Like, man, you better go get you a chef or something. What they look like going in the kitchen
I think
slaving
it's
over.
kind of changing
You know what
now,
I'm saying?
though.
You think so?
Yeah, I think social media is kind of bringing
Yeah.
a change to it now, where
That's true.
people they want to be trying new recipes.
That's
and all
true.
that
I
stuff.
agree.
Now, what it is I feel like a lot of people are doing fusion and like elevating
Right.
meals and stuff.
Right,
Me,
right.
I'm straight down home. I'm like the back of the yard kind of cooking.
Right, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
bringing it to you straight from how my Grammy them used to do
Yeah,
it, right?
right.
But I mean, I don't knock what other people doing in terms of fusion cooking
Right,
and
right.
elevating the meals. Like, I love that stuff, but for me, my style is I feel like I need to show the world like our authenticity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But everybody doing their thing now. Y'all,
Right.
hand claps to
Right.
like everybody who in the kitchen, who posting their TikToks, who doing the, doing recipes they find online. Like all that's beautiful. I love it.
Right.
So, how did you start off? Like, okay, we got like how you find out how you wanted to cook or whatever. But how did you get to this location? Did sometimes people will start where they doing plates. Well, I got the plates going, and come to my house and pick it up and buy you a plate.
Yeah.
Was it like that, or did it transition off rip? Like, you know what? I could go find a business. I want a storefront, and we could go from there.
For me, like I said, when I came to Toronto, we didn't have any representation of Bahamian culture here. And like I don't play Bahamian. Like
Yeah.
like I'm Bahamian.
Born
right?
bred.
Good dad.
So I don't play about that. And anywhere I go, I try to represent my culture. I try to make it be known. Like they confuse us. Oh, Barbados? No. Bahamas. Oh, Jamaican? No. Bahamas. Where is that? Bahamas? I open up the map. I'm showing you.
You Bohemian?
No.
No, Bahamian.
Bahamian. And so, we had no representation. And like, honestly, we have a lot of good food in Toronto. I'm not going to lie, because we have like all these different cultures and stuff,
Yes.
right? But ain't nothing like your own food.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing like your own food. So I'm here, nothing like my own food. I like to eat.
Yeah.
Shucks, I gotta go cook. So I'm cooking, and now my friends and stuff coming over, people know like Kay like to cook, so they want me to do all the parties and all that stuff. So anyway, that was happening. Then somebody contacted me for catering, Stephen from Bahamas Tourism. Shout out to Stephen.
Okay.
I always tell him this story. I'm like, Stephen, you're the reason that I have Old Nassau today, because he threw this party for his mom's 70th birthday, I think. And he was looking for somebody to do catering. Somebody recommended me. They're like, oh, this girl, she's cook. Like, So anyway, I took the job. I must charge Stephen $500. Let me tell you what I give Stephen. Crack conch, stew conch, steam conch, grouper fingers, conch fritters, chicken sauce, peas and rice, Johnny cake, coleslaw, plantains, all this for $500.
Well, you win.
I just wanted to cook, right? Like, all of that for for like
Right.
50 people.
Right.
I was dumb, babe. I was like,
No.
You know what that is?
You gotta pay the line.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta pay the line.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it was a beautiful experience. I love them. Like they're like extended family to me now. So yeah, I feel like that opportunity opened the door. So when I did that party, so we have like most of like the Bahamian dignitaries and stuff that are in Canada, the diaspora, at this party, and they tasted the food and they're like, who did the food? So I started getting more bookings. I had people asking me about like, do you sell plates? So I was like, I wasn't thinking about selling no plates then, because at this time I was in the medical field, right?
Yeah.
So I got my job. I ain't trying to sell no plates.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, so I put up my first menu like 2 Saturdays after. I mean, I probably had like 20 plates, but anyway, I sold out.
Right.
Nonetheless, it was sold out. Sold out on the flyer.
Right.
All of my 20 plates gone.
Easy.
Yeah.
Gone. So the next week, I put out another flyer. This time, I must have had 40 plates. Sold out. Do it again. Increase the number. Sold out. Every time I put out a flyer, everything was sold out. And I'm like, I didn't even know we had that much Bahamians around here.
Right,
That's
right,
when I
right.
started finding out we have so many
Right.
Bahamians in Canada, and
Wow.
the word was really spreading.
Right.
This was back in 17. Word was spreading that, oh, this girl named Kay, she's cook. I hated people referring to me as that person, the girl who's cook.
Right.
That used to make me sad. Because I used to be like, y'all didn't see what else I have going on?
Yeah.
Y'all only see I cook.
You know, people like they barely though.
I know,
Boy,
right?
people love they barely son.
I be like, I smart. Yeah, so anyway, the girl who's cook, Kay, yeah. So I just started owning it. Yeah, it's Kay, it's the girl who's cook. Anyway, so I was taking orders, doing every weekend plates, started changing up the menu, started doing events, and then it just, like during COVID is when I was like, I can't do this out my house no more.
Right. Oh wow.
Like downstairs from my apartment used to look like a Wendy's drive-through. Yep.
What?
Because I had a runner, right? Somebody that would come up and get the
the
food.
place.
So
Right.
people would
Outside.
call and be like, oh, I'm on my way for my order.
Yeah.
We prepare their order. Somebody run downstairs, take it to them. Like it was like a drive-through. Because during
Wow.
COVID, it's just curbside pickup.
Pickup,
Most
right.
restaurants are closed.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was taking a chance and going to the food store and
Right.
doing all of this stuff for people.
Right.
And it was something different, right? So, yeah, and then we were just not just getting Bahamians at that point. It was like everybody. It was like all these different cultures.
Right.
Because it's now social media, people posting about it and all that, people being referred by friends and family. And it just blew up like
Right.
during COVID. And I'm like, I got to get a place. And I used to live right there. Remember I said 5 minutes away from here?
Right.
Yeah.
And I used to pass this place all the time. This place used to be a fish and chips place.
Mm.
And I was like, I want that spot.
Wow.
And I manifested it. Because when I first came to Canada, I lived right in the building, like 2-minute walk right from here. And
Right.
I always used to see this building, and I always wanted this building.
Wow.
So now when I'm 5 minutes up the road and it's during COVID and I see this building is closed, like it looks like they're open, but it looks like it's really slow for them.
Right.
And I'm like, God, I really want that place.
Yeah.
And I just started manifesting it loosely, like not even like praying hard, fasting on it. Like I
Right.
was just like manifesting it loosely.
Right.
And I contacted this realtor and I was like, I'm looking for a restaurant. And he's like, okay. He sends me this listing. And this place is on the listing.
Without you asking him.
Without me asking about this place is on the listing. And he's like, it's up for sale. This place is up for sale. And I'm like, you're kidding me. I'm like, this is the place I've been eyeing for years. Since I first stepped foot in Canada, I was eyeing this place as a location because I just liked the clean open window. Like I just liked the place,
Right.
And I put in an offer and I got the place.
Wow.
And it was like, I just, from then I was like, it's all God now. And I mean, nothing else can happen but the best from now on.
Right.
Talk about that feeling though, getting the news like, you submit your offer and then once they say, we picked you, you won it. Like, what was that feeling like?
Okay, so let me tell you. So what happened first is I didn't get the offer at first, right? I didn't get picked at first. It was an Asian person that put in an offer. And so my realtor, he was like, why don't you go to the restaurant and talk to the owners because they still have the last say. Talk to the owners, tell them your story, tell them what you want to do, and see if you can kind of sway them. So I came to the restaurant, I bought some stuff, and I said to the owner, I said, you know, I really want this place. I've been eyeing this place for a while because they were retiring, so they wanted to get out of the business. They just wanted to sell it. So said, I really want this place. And he asked, like, what kind of cuisine and what's my story, what's my background. I said, right now I cook from home. I said, I showed him my Instagram. I said, I have a lot of customers. I have a lot of following. I feel like I'll do well in this location.
Right.
And, you know, I just told him who I am. And I'm like, I'm a single mom. Like, I had to throw a little bit of sadness in there.
You got to be vulnerable.
Are you right?
Yeah.
I said, I'm clearing out my savings to pay for this place. Like, I want it. Like, I want it. Like, I'm like, you know, whatever. And he said, okay, we'll get back to you. So my realtor called me and he's like, can you just increase your offer by like $2,000 more and then you can get it? I said, bet.
Yeah.
So I did that and I was able to secure the place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the rest is this. And you said this was right after COVID.
Yeah, this was in 2021 when I signed.
Wow.
When we closed in 2021 and I opened in 2022.
Wow.
Okay, so this year we're coming up on 2 years.
Yeah, we passed 2 years. So February made 2 years.
Congratulations. Like you say, business is booming and it's up and it's
It's
stuck.
So it's up and it's stuck. Now, was it, all right, I know you had to drive through basically home. And then when you came here, was it like any roadblocks? Like any like obstacles you had to overcome when getting in the place? Like, man, you know,
Yeah. So I didn't know anything about running a restaurant. It like I basically came into it blinded. Like I said, like I bought an existing restaurant, right? So it was already set up, like it had already passed, it was already coded and all that stuff. So I had no issues there. It's just just knowledge. I think I didn't know anything.
Right.
So
You don't. I'll say one thing. The old people say, "You only know what you know.
You only know what you know.
You don't know what you don't know."
Exactly.
Right.
So I had to fake it till I make it. I didn't know how to turn on no deep fryer. I didn't know how to turn on them big. I was scared of gas.
Right. Yeah.
I was scared of dealing with gas equipment. Like how I could do this. I was scared.
Right.
Child, I could go fix them now if they ask me. I could service them now.
See that?
But you know what that is? That's the Bahamian in you.
Yes.
Because one thing about Bahamians, especially when you in the outer islands, it's like, bro, you ain't, if something
gotta
break,
improvise.
you gotta work with what you got. Because what you could do, wait 3-4 weeks until you could get someone to fly from foreign to come and fix it. But you gotta say, hey, get on my hands and knees and let me figure out what's going on with this.
Out. Yeah. And thank God, you know, I know 1 or 2 people or people helped me, friends and family. They came in, they helped me, they painted, they, you know, just do what they knew how to do. And everybody came together. My family came from the Bahamas, my brothers, my mom, everybody came. You know, everybody came and they helped my partner. Everybody came and everybody came together and was like, okay, we doing this. You're not going to fail. You have us behind you.
Right.
And I remember a week to opening, I had spent so much money, just trying to get the place up and running and all that. I called my mom. I'm like, Mommy, I don't have money for inventory.
Oh, Lord.
I don't have. I was like, we opened it in 2 days, but I ain't got no money to buy the rice to cook, Mommy. But anyway, my family and my people, they came through, and I thank God for having a strong team behind me. They promised they ain't gonna let me fail, and they did just that. Yeah.
They say
you promised yourself that first, dude.
Amen.
Because you came in unknowing.
I
some
didn't
people know and still have the fear of failing to
Yeah, I ain't had no fear of failing because I feel whatever I do, whatever I put my hands to do, it's always gonna be blessed, and I've always had that mindset. That's why I'm not afraid to travel. I'm not afraid to do new things and all that because I feel I'm blessed, right? Not to be cocky or whatever. I have a lot of faith, and I put that faith to work.
Right, exactly.
So, so I like you said, I spoke that to myself first that I ain't gonna fail. And the people, God bless the people around me to also have that same mentality to not let this thing fail.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it's been.
You know, they say it take a village to raise a
It
child.
it takes a village to run a restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
A whole village, trust me. Like my team is like amazing. The staff that we have here, my family, like everybody has been amazing. Like people come in and they help me. Like my brother just went home this morning. Like if I call them and I'd be like, I need you to come for like 3 days to help me with something,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
They come
Right.
in.
Right.
Like no
Right.
questions asked.
Right.
Like my people, they come in. Like my Grammy be buying conch for me all the time, and Andros, she'd
That's
be
what
like,
I wanted to ask.
she'd
That's
be
what
like, I just buy you a kid of conch. And I'd be like, "Woo." Like that's got me excited.
Right.
That lead me right to my next question. Like being in Toronto, where we is over 1,000 miles away from the Bahamas.
Yeah.
How are you able to keep this authenticity and this supply chain up and running for all of this time?
Well, the authenticity is me, right? Like I just authentic.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm gonna keep what I'm doing authentic.
Right.
Like I say, I don't mess too much with the fusion. Like that's like it's just okay. So yeah, I keep it authentic with what I do and like the preparation in terms of what I'm cooking. I'm gonna keep it authentic, right? Now ingredients, we get conch from the Bahamas weekly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So we
Okay.
get conch and fish and stuff, lobster. Weekly, like I say, like my family, they stockpile.
Okay.
Yeah, like somebody
Wow.
come out the boat, they buy. If you got 10 conch, they buying it. If
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
100 conch, they buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how we keep it running.
That must have been challenging too, like just being able to build a supply chain and saying, man, hey, are you doing this? Man, it's like people thinking about you when you don't even know they're thinking about you.
exactly.
Saying,
That's
just
why-
calling you, hey, man, I didn't do this.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm telling you, be like, you got $500 for me. I just buy, and I don't mind.
Right. No.
I
Thank
don't
you.
mind
No, I
that.
need
Yeah,
that, yeah.
exactly. Like I just like lobster out of season, but I get you 2 kit. All right, then. I ain't complaining. So yeah, like my people, they keep me really. They keep me in terms of stock.
Yeah.
They keep me covered.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, hey. So then, all right, so now we good. You got the restaurant, you got the storefront, open up, everything sell off, place going crazy. Now bring us to this video that went viral, of course. Was you and your younger daughter?
My
you said
daughter.
your daughter.
My one daughter.
Tell us like how that video came about and why, if it's your business, why even put her in the video? You know, some people is be kind of like weary of putting their children on social media, but kind of explain how that video came about.
Okay, so when the moment Keith Lee announced that he was coming to Toronto, I had a lot of people in the comments of that video. I even shared the video on our social media, and I'm like, y'all tag Keith Lee and tell him he got to come to Old Nassau.
Right.
Now, mind you, because I have like this crazy faith, I already knew Keith Lee was coming to Old Nassau.
Right. Yeah.
Manifestation.
Yeah.
I already knew that, right? But I was like, I still got to do the work.
Exactly.
Right, yes,
exactly.
Absolutely.
So, okay, I still got to do the work. So now I'm telling people to tag. People are going crazy, like our followers, people that don't even know me, people that have never been to our restaurant. They're tagging us. And then when I released the video, because it was like the Saturday morning now, I come into work early, probably an hour before we open up. My friend is calling me. She's like, girl, he done been to the first restaurant and you ain't even, like, everybody posting their videos telling Keith Lee to come to their restaurant. You ain't even post nothing yet. You ain't serious. So,
You sound like us. That's just how we.
yeah, so now I got to show the people I'm serious.
Yeah.
So anyway, my daughter is in a lot of my videos that I post on our social media. Reason being is she's very personable and she's always at the restaurant. She's a restaurant baby. She's been here since she was 2.
Wow.
Right.
When we opened up when she was 2, she was always here. Like a lot of the customers know her. People will call me and be like, Kenzie there? If she ain't there, they ain't coming. Right? And people will bring their kids to play with her. Like, so she's personable. She has a personality on her own. She has a following on her own.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
yeah, like customers, they're like, Kenzie's host, I hope she's getting paid for this. And I'm like, she got a roof over her head. So I mean, I didn't even prompt her. I didn't tell her what to say. I just said, let's do a video for Keith Lee.
Did she know who he was?
No, I had to explain. I said, he's a food critic. What's a food critic? Somebody that rates food and say if it's good or bad. So she's like, okay, let's do the video. So we're doing the video, and she says, you should come to our restaurant because like our food is really fresh. We're closed in the night, but you could still come. Like this is the stuff she's saying in the other part of the video.
Yeah.
And so he saw that video because it went viral. Like, I guess people like kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody to feel like I put my daughter in that video because I wanted like empathy or nothing like that. No, she's in a lot of my videos.
Right,
like
right,
I'm
right.
always posting videos on Old Nassau social media with me and her either eating or whatever because she likes it.
Right.
She thinks she's a star. So
Think
she thinks she's a
She know
YouTuber.
it, yeah.
She
That's
pretends.
good,
That's
though.
good, yeah.
She
That's
pretends
good.
to be like a YouTuber all the time. So she's always like, record me or like, so, I play into it.
Right.
So I didn't put her in there because I was looking to grasp any attention. Like, this is something we always do. So I put out the video and it went viral and he saw it.
Right.
And he came. And when he came, he told me he came because he saw that video.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so now you put out the video. Now let's go to the moment when he shows up to the doorstep. Like, take us through that day. Like, was it a hectic morning or?
Okay, so that's the same day we put out the video with me and Kenzie.
Oh wow, he came in that same day.
That same day.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Yeah, because
What?
I posted that video around 11 a.m. when we were about to open for 12.
Wow.
And he saw the video. So I didn't know it was him. I didn't know it was his sister. I didn't know anything because it was a busy day. We had just gotten rid of like a huge crowd. And then it, dwindled down. This is around 3-4 p.m. Like the lunch crowd is finished. So now we're going into like a little slow period for like an hour.
And dinner rush.
Yeah, then dinner rush, right? So we're there. I was in the front, but the person that was cashing came to me and was like, this person have an American accent. And I was like, you think that's them? She was like, yeah, because why is she talking like that? Like, she have to be American. And then somebody else comes in, like a bodyguard looking guy. And she's like, he have an American accent too. That's two people with American accent. David Keatley. So I still didn't pay it no mind. I was like, well, whatever. Like, just, do their food like how y'all always do it. I didn't even pack or prepare their food.
Right. Right.
I was like, just do your thing, right?
Right.
Because I think I was busy doing something else or whatever. So I really didn't pay it any mind. I should have paid it some mind. Because they put chicken wing in Keatley cracked chicken.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
That was embarrassing. Yeah, I had to explain that to a lot of people, a lot of customers that came in after. They were like, yeah, like the cracked chicken with the chicken wing. And I'm like, it doesn't come with chicken wing.
It doesn't.
It's just tenderized chicken. But anyway, so that happened. So anyway, we sent out the order to, we gave them their order. Their order took about 30 minutes to complete because they ordered like fried snapper dinner, banana pancakes, cracked chicken, steamed pork chops. It was a kind of like a big order, not a huge order, but it was like 4 or 5 plates or whatever. Yeah. So she left with the order, and then then somebody calls me and was like, girl, you better be careful because Keatley in your parking lot. And I was like, what? How y'all know that? My friend just called me. And they sent me a picture with this girl that took a selfie with Keatley. So I was like, well, he didn't get any food, so whatever. Yeah. You just calling me? So anyway, the food went out. They got the food. 40 minutes later, I was at the cashier now. Keatley walks in the door. I'm freaking out right now. I started freaking out, like palpitating everything. I was like, oh my God, no. I feel it right now. I was like, that is not Keith Lee. Like, you kidding me? Like, you actually came?
Yeah.
And and it was busy at the time when he came back in.
Right.
By that time, the crowd picked back up and it was like a bunch of other people, in the restaurant because the restaurant got like extremely busy from he announced that he was coming to Toronto and like a bunch of people was tagging us in the comment like that caused
Triggered
a
people.
lot that triggered a lot of other people to come to the restaurant. They're like, what is this restaurant? Bahamian? Like, yeah, you know, so we had a lot of other food reviews coming in that same weekend. And then so he came in and he's like, the food was amazing. He was like, y'all should be out the door. Like, you know, and I was like freaking out. And I'm like, you really think it was amazing? He was like, yes, it was amazing, you know. And he was like, it was up there. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he was like, how many people working today? And I was like, I think it was like 6 of us. Yeah, it was like 6 of us. He was like, is it okay if I tip everybody $500 a piece?
What? That's a key
So
can on.
he was like, can I leave $3,000 tip? I'm like, what? So sad. So yeah, that's what happened, and I just started freaking out because I mean, ain't nobody's leave nobody no. They better at least leave $1 tip run or something. But anyway.
Oh man.
So you say like for me, okay. So when he announced that he was coming to Toronto, people started. So what happened after he said like right after he said
Right
like,
after he dropped
gave
his video?
the ratings and yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Like, what happened?
What
Like, what happened?
So
Because you know, before you get into that, you know, sometimes God is prepared for things, or you ask God for things, but you don't know if you prepared to
Believe
get
it.
what you asking God for.
can I tell you I was prepared?
Oh, I am so happy there that God.
From the moment he announced that he was coming in Toronto, didn't I tell you I knew he was coming to Old Nassau? So he announced that, and that Sunday. Oh, no. So, yeah, that week when he announced, so I prepared that whole week. Like, I double stocked up on stuff and whatever like that, right? Then he didn't even drop his video yet. So he came to Old Nassau that Saturday. That Sunday, I went out and I went crazy in the stores. I spent all my money just stocking up. I'm like, I getting ready for the rain. Like, I know it coming. Like, I mean, I didn't know what his review was going to be like or whatever, but just the mere fact that he came and he reviewed it, and I'm like, it's about to get crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he said that. He's like, things about to get a little crazy. Can't promise you anything. You know how you do. So I mean, and it said like the Keithley effect is extremely real.
Right. Wow.
And so the morning after.
Yeah. After the video goes up, how much views did it first get? Like when you saw it, like
I know, honestly, because I'm not like I think it got more views on TikTok than Instagram. I think he dropped the video on TikTok, and I'm not really a big TikToker. Like I don't be on TikTok and stuff like that. So I don't really know, but we could check. Somebody check. Okay, so at the time, like a month ago, it was like at 4 million, 5 million, 4 million or something like that. Anyway, so the video dropped late that night. My phone was going off like with notifications and
people calling you or
people calling me, but people on like the apps on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff commenting and sharing and all that stuff. Like so much love in the comments. And the morning I called the staff and I'm like, not the morning, that night I texted everybody. I'm like, I need everybody in at work, like all hands on deck. We about to sell out the snappers. I'm like, all we need is snappers right now. That's it. I need the fish cleaner on deck. So so we ran through so much snappers. Like one of my staff, she's like, where you think they get all these snappers from? I was like, Chala, I know all we gotta do is keep cooking them. So the next morning, because we have 4 online platforms, right, for ordering. We have Uber, we have DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, and we have our storefront. All of them ringing off. I have PTSD to this day.
You still at it.
The sound of Uber, oh my God. Yeah, so all of those apps going crazy. See, we didn't know. I was expecting like a lineup out the door, like an actual lineup out the door.
Okay.
But I wasn't thinking like, we in a technology age where people don't have to leave their homes. And then a lot of restaurants actually don't use these apps and stuff like that, right? So a lot of them, people actually have to go into these restaurants and go pick up their food and stand on these lines and stuff. But I realized we had lineups, of course. But because we are managing 4 online platforms and in store, we didn't see like no line up around the curve or whatever,
right.
which was fine. I didn't even need that
Right.
because like we were so busy and it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like the day after, the next day, the weekend after, we threw a little party here. We had like a DJ and
Right.
Nice.
I think we had a Kong salad stand. I don't remember, but anyway, like it was live in here that
Right.
weekend after. Like we had all kind of different people coming hanging out with us, just chilling. Like you
Right.
come for your food, but you come in to catch some Bahamian vibes
Right.
at the same time.
Right.
So yeah, it was crazy that week after.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's dope, dude.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
What
it's been
else?
amazing.
So yeah, you got the Keedley effect. You say the Keedley effect is real.
It's so real. It's real because only God knows. Only God knows. Like, running a restaurant is not easy. Like I've had like my share of real struggle. Like
Right.
where, if I'm being like honest, where
Yeah.
I felt like I want to give up because this ain't making no sense. Like cooking for funny.
Right.
What do you think was the most challenging part of being in the food industry and, like you say, owning your own restaurant?
The supply chain, everything's so expensive.
Mm.
Yeah, because everything's so expensive, the profit margin is extremely small. And you put in a lot of work. It's a
Right.
lot of hard work. Food preparation takes a lot.
Right.
So sometimes it doesn't feel rewarding.
Right.
So when you get little recognition and accolades from like vloggers and people whose opinion the world trusts and stuff, like as simple as that, like plaque on the wall that I have from the Toronto Star, like things
Right.
like that, then I feel like accomplished.
Right.
Because honestly, like the money don't be money in.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when I get recognition, when people be like, I see you and I see what you're doing. And
Right,
like,
right.
yeah, like your food is actually really good and you're
Right.
doing something. Like you bringing light to our culture. Like
Right.
when I get
That's
those kind of
important.
recognition, yeah, that's important to me. Yeah. Like
Right.
that's what keeps me going.
Right.
Yeah. It ain't the money, honestly.
Right.
I could find money someplace else. Like
Yeah,
it ain't
right.
the money. Like
Yeah.
but I do this because I love my culture most of all.
Right.
What?
Wow.
How many other like news stations came about after Keedley came and did his review?
Like almost, well, actually every news station in Toronto, everyone in the Bahamas,
Zadinaz called it.
Sadness,
100
Eyewitness.
Right.
Oh, eyewitness.
One
yeah.
other one. What the other one name? Anyway, one other one. It was 3 from the Bahamas. About 4 or 5 or 6 in Toronto.
Wow.
Different vlogs and, different channels and stuff like that. Or maybe mostly blogs and stuff like that. Yeah,
Right.
they really
Wow.
tried to shine some light on, because everybody looking for news too. But then at the same time, they want what's trending.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if
Yeah.
something is trending, they're gonna hop on it, and I don't mind. Like, help me trend.
Way of the world, but
Yeah.
like you said, it's all been you manifesting, and it's organic as well too. It's not
Yeah.
like you forcing it. Like you said from the beginning, it was always word of mouth. That the word of mouth spread
Yep.
organically, and people just took to it.
It was always word of mouth. It was never no paid advertisement, none of that stuff. It was just people actually liking like what I do, and
Right.
that was it.
Right.
How has it been managing the staff as well?
My staff is amazing. We have challenges because people, everybody working with a team, people working together. It's not going to be flawless,
Right.
but we all work together for the benefit of the company, and that's what's important, and that's what we try to do. I think I have a great team. Like ever since we opened, like I haven't had like, I would say like real staff issues.
Right.
Yeah, I've had good people. God has blessed me with good people. And then when I don't have like outside staff, I could always call my family.
Right. Wow.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So-
That's important. That's important.
Yeah, that's
Hey, so we in here right now. I just taking a look around and I see this Junkanoo head right now.
yes.
You a
I know you
fan of
big on-
Junkanoo?
Of course.
And then-
So the people want to know. Well, I want to know. Who you
Who
are?
in the morning?
All right then.
Who
All
in the
right. Say no more. Say no more. You
Valley.
answer that one.
She ain't answer that. She ain't answer that.
Valley.
See, you thinking she can't say roots because they thinking she can't know. You're the
It's
Valley.
Valley or nothing.
Okay.
Valley. But that Junkanoo piece actually came, let me shout them out, from BJL, which is a not Bahamian, of course they're Bahamian, a Junkanoo group here in Toronto.
Oh, really?
Bahamian Junkanoo Legends.
Oh, wow.
Or Bahamas. Bahamas.
Junkanoo Legends.
No, I say BJL.
Yeah.
Yeah, BJL, Bahamas Junkanoo Legends. Yeah, they do rush outs. They done do a couple of rush outs around here.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. They pop in.
So, like, when you ever saw, like, how other cultures react here to Junkanoo?
Yeah, they just like music, right? And
Yeah.
they had them drums and them brass and
yeah.
things. Like Junkanoo will make anybody dance.
Anyone. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I just want to make sure if they because I don't know how you can listen to Junkanoo and sit still.
Yeah,
Never.
Junkanoo can make anybody rock.
No.
So, I mean, our culture is amazing. I feel like it should be recognized more. So I'm glad we actually have a Junkanoo group, and they do events for non-Bahamians, and they do a lot of stuff,
Right.
a lot of events, and a lot of representation of Caribbean and I guess just Black culture in general
Right.
for Torontonians.
Right.
Nice,
Yeah, that's
nice.
Yeah.
We a lot alike because that's what we about too. Like
Yeah.
pushing our culture forward.
For
That's how we
sure.
end up here.
That's
like,
why we started this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then even before
amazing.
that, like we was doing a party called the party was called BUI.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
And then
BUI.
the acronym Bahamas United International.
Okay.
How
it's
you
like
spell
that's-
boy?
BEY.
All right then. How
How y'all spell BUI?
Hey.
He say B. Would you say B?
BEY.
Oh, I thought you say B-U-I.
No, she said B-E-Y.
No, BEY.
B-U-I. That's how you spell it. Bahamas United International.
BUI.
Boy. That's it. That's it.
Dang right. Yeah, I mean, but if
Hey.
it works, then that'll work.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man.
BEY.
So what does, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does the future hold? What do you want to do now that you are where you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you see this being the sole location? Do you want a franchise or?
I definitely want more locations.
In the Toronto area or just abroad?
Yeah, within North America. I even want a location in the Bahamas because I feel like y'all need Old Nassau. Like Vocab say, y'all know Vocab? Y'all know Vocab flew all the way over here to get the Keatley special.
What you mean? I know that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Vocab say this need to be the new Nassau.
Hey, and the thing is, when we see his video, that was another reason we was like, but we gotta go to
Then we gotta
Toronto.
just fly.
yeah.
We just gotta go up.
That it just
Yeah.
made sense.
Yeah, Vocab, sweet guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came through and he did his thing and he's like, food is amazing. Like Keith Lee got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. He was nice, and I really appreciated him coming. And then he put us on his platform
Right.
too. And then
Right.
like the people who ain't see Keith Lee video, they saw
They saw
his video.
Vocab,
So,
right.
Vocab big.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody just helping everybody grow right now.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it
Nice.
is.
So how being here? How often do you get to go back home, or if do you do at all?
I do. I go home like, I try to go at least like once a month or once every 2 months, something like that.
that's,
Yeah.
that's frequent.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if I could, I'd go every 2 weeks.
Because they got direct flights from here
Yeah,
too, right?
direct flights,
Yeah.
and it's easy. It's not, most of the times you can find inexpensive tickets. So it's and I usually just go for like 1 day, 2 days, just not even 2 days, like one. I'll go like on a Sunday and come back on a Monday.
Yeah,
Right,
that's,
right,
that's
yeah.
I feel like that's when the Bahamas is the sweetest.
Yeah.
But
Listen to me. Every time I go, I be like, the Bahamas is a vibe. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a whole vibe. I be on the dock. I be on the floating dock. I
Yeah.
be everywhere. That little Sunday,
Yeah.
killing it. Like it's a whole vibe out here. Everybody looks so good and happy and peaceful. And Bahamians, y'all killing it. I love y'all. Like I love visiting back home because like everybody just looks so beautiful. And like, I don't know. I love y'all. I love Bahamians.
I think being away from home, you get to appreciate it more
Appreciate
too.
it more,
Because when you there, like all that is normal.
It's like
Like,
anything else, yeah.
but it's like, but when you go away and you, like you said, you got to deal with winners. You saying, "But man, let's take advice home right now." But
I'm telling
go
you.
down by the fry, get me
And
something.
then
You know
you
what
ain't
I'm
worrying
saying?
about nothing. You
No.
go out with
Exactly.
$10 in your pocket and come back
Exactly.
with that same $10 with your belly full.
Belly full.
And you're tipsy.
Yeah,
So
I can tell you that right now.
I'm telling you,
What?
home really sweet, boy.
What?
Bahamians, y'all
don't know what y'all
take the
got,
cake.
but
I'm
you-
telling you, and
Take
everybody
full
just
advantage and appreciate it.
joyful. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
wonderful, Lord.
And yeah, that's that community. That's that real love too, you know. And it's like that. Yeah.
and I don't know if we feel that way because we don't live there and we just visiting. Like you said that, you just
Yeah.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
But like when I talk to people that live there, they be like, "Girl, ain't nothing going on around here. It's so bad. It's so this." And I be like, "What? And y'all be having things every day?
Yeah.
Y'all be going out on Tuesday nights and you
I
talking
know,
about
right?
ain't nothing going on. Find me on a Tuesday night in my house."
Right,
Exactly.
they know, right?
Getting ready for tomorrow. They don't know the hustle and bustle,
I'm
boy.
Yeah.
telling you.
Is-
Saturday night I in my house. Ain't nothing to do around here. Like
Right.
not for me.
Right.
So
Yeah.
y'all,
Yeah, man, it's-
y'all
it's-
enjoy that little island, you know, because I love it. I still won't come back though.
Man, boy, this is amazing, dog.
Yeah.
You got
So-
anything else?
I even asked her like if it's like someone coming up or like inspired to do like a business or something, like what's something that you would like, what's some advice that you would give, especially like a Bahamian that's abroad, you know, like that maybe want to like, that's thinking about trying to run a business or to try to start a business. What advice would you give them?
Start with what you have. A lot of times we get caught up in trying to make things perfect before we can establish ourselves or establish our business, but it don't happen like that. Like I started with my little Walmart pot set, you know.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, they used to swinge up all your rice, child. Cook the rice to them. I started with my little T-file Walmart pot set, okay? And if I had to cook 2-3 pots of them until I get enough rice, that's what I used to do.
Right.
Because, you know, they can't fit a lot of rice. Now I'm cooking like these huge.
Industrial.
I'm telling you. So you
Well, not good stove back there.
I'm telling you.
You know how to fix.
Service. Oh, gosh. So you start with what you have, and the knowledge that you don't have, you seek it. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Like more people are rooting for you than you think.
Right. Right.
Like I didn't know how much people I had behind me until I expressed the desire to open this restaurant, until they saw me being consistent. And that's another thing. Like you have to be consistent in whatever you do. Like consistency is it. Consistency is what's going to separate you from who does what. Like, of course, there are people out there who could cook better than me. Like, I don't be out here like, oh, I'm the best cook. No, I'm consistent, though.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
I'm showing
Right.
up every single day.
Right.
Before I had the restaurant, I was showing up every single Saturday.
Right.
And the Saturdays that I didn't show up, I made myself accountable. I said, hey, no menu this week. So they didn't have nothing to look forward to. So I was open, I was honest, I was consistent, and I was reliable.
Right.
Like if they needed me for catering, I was honest. I'm not swindling nobody out of nothing. Like
Yeah,
I'm being
yeah.
honest with my transactions.
Right.
And so I feel like a lot of times when people get into business and stuff, like pricing is always like a big deal. I know some people that they're doing catering and stuff, and the prices and the numbers that they're giving people, I mean, sometimes it's outrageous. Like for
Right.
me, people would tell me that I'm shortchanging myself. And for me, I'm like, I'm just trying to build.
Yeah.
So I could take a little $200 cut for
Right.
like a long-term gain.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's economics.
Right.
We just talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what it is.
So for me, like I said, it was never about the money. I had my career. I have like 4 degrees, yo. Like
Wow.
I'm not no dummy.
Right.
Right? I could go back in any one of my careers. Actually, while I was when I opened this restaurant, I was in nursing school.
Yeah.
I
Right.
finished nursing school like last year
Right.
while I'm running this restaurant. So
Right.
I always did whatever I wanted to do,
Right.
but I'm always consistent. I see everything through. So
Right.
when you're doing something, be consistent, see it through, be honest with people. Just have a good heart and good intentions.
Right.
Ooh, that's powerful.
That's very powerful.
That's,
Yeah.
Hey, when your intention is pure, You don't got nothing to worry about.
nothing
Even
to
if
worry
somebody do you wrong, I promise you the good will come back to you. Lord.
Yeah,
Like,
when they tell you,
Yeah.
that's a must, man.
Facts.
Oh, that's sick,
Facts.
boy. But I had so much fun, though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
this is fun. This is fun when you're coming back.
Hey,
We
Don't
coming
let
back
me
soon.
twice.
We coming back soon. We coming back very soon.
All right,
We
then.
coming back very soon because I ready for you to go back in there and cut back on that cut. What, make me some more food when I get a day. What you say?
Oh gosh, Mm-mm, come too late.
okay.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate you. Thank you for the hospitality. This is a wonderful establishment you have here in Toronto. We thank you for taking the flag and flying it across countries.
Yes.
And I don't care
Fast.
where you from. Whenever you come to Toronto,
Yeah, it's a must.
it's a must. Old Nassau.
Yes, indeed.
And not only that, make sure y'all take a picture of where it is outside, out front of the spot,
Oh, we got the
inside.
flag on that side of the wall.
All
Like
of
that
that.
was so
Y'all-
important to be able to fly. It's outside of the building.
Right,
I
right.
see
So
it
when
every
you're
time I pull
driving
up.
in, when you're
Yeah.
driving in, you see the flag. Like I felt like that was important for me to raise my country flag in Canada. Like because when you go by like Jamaican spots and stuff, you see the flag all the
Right,
time.
yeah,
You know
raise
what I'm
our
saying?
flag, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to tell me, "Oh, you can't put the flag." What? I can't put the
Nah,
flag.
can't what?
You believe me.
No such
I
thing as
know,
can.
right?
No
All
such
right,
thing as
okay.
can.
Yeah, so proud of that. Proud that everybody like when people that don't even notice a Bahamian restaurant, they're like, oh, Nassau. They just come in because they see Nassau and they're like, oh, that's the Bahamas, and I'm
Right.
like, yeah, we Bahamian restaurant.
Right.
So I'm just proud to be able to do that to like even not to just Bahamians but friends of the Bahamas, people that want to visit the Bahamas. Tourism should really y'all should really give me a check because
Yeah.
I be representing the country hard, okay? So people want to go to the Bahamas because they come to this restaurant.
Wow.
One thing about people too, like whenever they mention or you mention the Bahamas to someone, they always have like good vivid memories. Or I always see like when I tell people, yo, where you from? I'm from the Bahamas. They be like, the Bahamas.
Yes.
Then the next question is, well, what you
What
doing
you
here?
doing?
I would be backed up. You'd be like, man, hey, we got to go abroad, man.
Yeah.
See the world.
Yeah.
I don't ever want us to be closed-minded. You know what I'm saying? Go outside your territory or your island and see how other people living. And like we say,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
you know what I'm saying? It'll make you see gratitude in seeing how other people live and appreciate it, whatever it is that we have back home.
Yeah.
What we
Yeah,
call
that's
home.
what has happened.
For
Facts.
sure.
Yeah, man. But like
Yeah,
I say,
guys,
well,
it's been fun.
we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for opening. I go by Willie Waters.
Cheese that DVD.
This has been Talk Dat, episode 15.
Talk that.
Talk that. Boom. Talk that. Talk that. Talk that.